clasp your hands and join us in prayer as Pandits of the Pandit Parasram School of Hinduism and the youths from the Shiv Jyotirling Mandir lead us in Ganesh Vandana and Guru Vandana.
Om Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Pranamya Shirsa Devam Gauriputram Vinayakam Bhaktavasam Smare Nityam Ayush Kamartha Siddhaye Prathamam Vakratundam Cha Ekadantam Dvitiyakam Tritiyam Krishna Pingaksham Gajavatram Chaturthakam Lambodaram Panchamam Cha Shashtam Vikatameva Cha Saptamam Vighnarajendram Dhumravarnam Tathashtamam Navamam Bhalachandram Cha Dashamam Tu Vinayakam Ekadasham Ganapatim Dwadasham Tu Gajananam Dwadashaitani Namani Trisandhyam Yahapatin Naraha Nacha Vigna Bhayam Tasya Sarvasiddhikaram Param Vidyarthi Labhate Vidyam Dhanarthi Labhate Dhanam Putrarthi Labhate Putram Moksharthi Labhate Gatim Jape Ganapati Stotram Shadhirmasai Phalam Labhe Samvatsarena Siddhim Cha Labhate Natra Samshaya Ashtabhyo Brahmanebhyascha Likhitvaya Samarpaye Tasya Vidya Bhavet Sarva Ganeshaya Prasadata. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om.
Transcendental divinity, the timeless principle, which is the very essence of the Creator. My reverential salutations to that glorious teacher. Of the blinded, unenlightened by bestowing spiritual knowledge. He who opens the eyes, salutations unto that holy Guru. Akanda Mandalakaram Vyaptamena Characharam Tatparam Darshitamena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. My salutations to that Guru who revealed to me that truth, which is unfragmented, infinite, timeless divinity, and which pervades the entire universe, movable or unmovable. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om. On behalf of the youth group, myself as secretary and our president, we want to wish our beloved Guruji, also known as the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, happy birthday.
Thank you to the youth group and to the Pandits. My name is Kavita Jadvansi. I am the Assistant Secretary of the Mandir, and I'd like to warmly welcome each and every one of you. Tonight, as we are going to celebrate a very special person's birthday, it's actually his 75th, and he will say that he doesn't look anything like 75. Before I go on, I'd like to recognize in the audience our distinguished guests. Firstly, the First Assistant Secretary General of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha, Sri Vijay Maharaj, and his wife, Mrs. Tammy Maharaj. The President of the National of the NCIC, Dr. Devkinandan Sharma, MP for Kuva South, Honorable Rujanath Inder Singh, and other distinguished guests, pundits, friends, well-wishers, and viewers logged on to TV Jagrati. Mr. Dinesh Rambali and Mrs. Rambali. Mr. Dinesh Rambali is the President General of the SDMS and our Mandir family. I do apologize for my nerves. It's been a while since I've been in front of a podium. I really warmly welcome everyone. I do apologize if I've left anyone out by error, but it's so happy to have the Mandir full for this joyous occasion. Before rambling on further, I'd like to welcome Dr. Devkinandan Sharma, who is a dear friend to our Reverend Guru, to bring some greetings for us.
Sitaram, I thought after last night's program I would have been spared tonight, but apparently our Dharmacharya doesn't spare anyone like that so easily. I would like first of all to congratulate once again my god brother, my Guru Bhai, Pandit Dr. Rampersad Parasram, on his election as the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago. I would also like to offer my sincerest congratulations to him on the achievement of his 75th birthday, which we are gathered here tonight to celebrate. I have known Panditji for a fairly long time. In fact, I've known the entire family for many, many years, because most of his family, I think, not all of them, were all christened, or, sorry, I used the wrong word. They were all the chelas, I'm using not the right word still, of my father, who was a second Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, Pandit Janki Prasad Sharma. So I've known most of the family. I've known his father, the very famous Pandit Parasram. I have known Panditji Dharmacharya, as I said, for quite a long time. But the first time I really got to know him is when some of us at the NCIC gathered together to work on a project which we called, well, at that time we did not have a name for it, on the Diwali project. Several names were suggested and so on, and we came to the name of Diwali Nagar. Dharmacharya was, at that time, a friend of ours, close friend of ours, of myself, Hans Hanuman Singh, and we approached him to become the chairperson of Diwali Nagar. And despite all his other activities and so on, he accepted, knowing fully well that he may get into some kind of problem accepting such a thing at the NCIC. But he did accept, and it shows the very strength of the Dharmacharya. Diwali Nagar, we really did not know what form it was going to take, how it was going to be accepted by the people, but we worked hard. Pandit Parasram and Hans Hanuman Singh particularly went from village to village and spoke to the communities about the project that we are about to undertake. I was left on the site to look after the development of the site and so on. And then on the opening night of Diwali Nagar, we were amazed really at the number of persons who came to Diwali Nagar. We had estimated and prepared for about 5,000 people, but the police estimated there were between 15 and 20,000 people on that opening night of Diwali Nagar. And we were really elated. It was all due to the work of our Dharmacharya, of Mr. Hans Hanuman Singh, and I have to include myself. And Diwali Nagar, as you all know, has become a most successful event, all because of the initial work done on the project by our Dharmacharya. On another matter, in which I came pretty close to him again, was, I can't remember the year, but there was a Srimad Bhagavat Yajna at the home of Pandit Parasram. And my father, their guru, had already passed away, but their love for the guru still persisted. And they insisted that their god brother, that is me, should come and sit on the Singhasan. At first they thought I would do the yajna, but I was never trained as a pandit, so I really couldn't. I did not accept the award, but they agreed eventually that I will sit on the Singhasan and the Bhagavat Puran will be read by our Dharmacharya, Pandit Parasram. I did not know what to do or what to say. I had never participated in a Bhagavat Yajna. But his elder brother, Dr. Sam Sundar Parasram, took me home by him and taught me all the mantras and whatever I should do at the start of the Yajna each night. It took me a couple of months just to learn the various mantras and so on and the procedure to conduct at the opening of the Yajna each night. And I thought, with the help of Pandit Parasram, this is our Dharmacharya, who, if I remember correctly, tied my pagri each night before going on the Singhasan. Am I right, Panditji? Yes, because I did not even know how to tie a proper pagri. As I say, I've never been practicing Panditai, and I've not been as such even up to this day. As I said last night too, I'm not prepared yet to discuss why I did not. But here it is. I sat next to him for 7 full nights on the Singhasan. And at the end of the yajna, I really became very emotional. For the first time, I really sat on the yajna, and I sat next to my god brother, who is now the Dharmacharya. And it was such a satisfying move. But I think I was too old then to really start going into a new career. So I remained what I was, and I still am the same to this day. But I learned quite a lot from him during that week of the yajna. And then I got to know him a little better when last year, I think it was, when we had a world conference celebrating the legislation that ended indentureship. It was 100 years, I think it was the 100th year of the passing or the abolition of the indentureship. In fact, that was not the total end of indentureship, because next year we are celebrating the last time when our laborers or indentured laborers left the contract, were freed from the contract, and were free to go and develop their lives as they wished. And that is where we are all in Trinidad have come from, and this is where we have developed and grown to the state that we are today. Well, Pandit Parasram had a lot of problems in that conference, organizing the conference, because of several different views and very strong views and so on. But it's the first time, as I told him, I knew that he could be a very strict individual. And I told him also that I'm scared now to deal with him. But I'm his god brother, so I don't think he could have done anything otherwise than treat me differently to the rest of the people. So I really got to know him, and I'm really very, very happy that he has been elevated to this position of Dharmacharya. And I'm sure that he's going to give of his best, and he's going to do very, very well in the years that come, and at the Mahasabha we'll have no regrets having him as our Dharmacharya. With these few words, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to him on attaining his 75th birthday, and pray to Sri Krishna that he has many, many more years of health, happiness, and prosperity. Congratulations, Panditji.
Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for those kind words. I still have to get accustomed with calling Dr. Parasram His Holiness Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago because it's so new, but it's quite fitting. It's quite admirable that a friendship could last for so long, and it teaches me something as a young person today. The next speaker we have up is Sri Vijay Maharaj, and one thing I admire about him is his passion in the way he speaks. And he will be bringing greetings on behalf of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha. So please warmly welcome him here.
Sitaram, everyone. Your Holiness, Dharmacharya, Pandit Dr. Parasram, Rampersad Parasram, no longer Rampi. Please, no longer Rampi. Dr. Rampersad Parasram. I bring greetings on behalf of the Secretariat of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha. I also wish to recognize within the crowd my President General, Mr. Krishna Rambali, and Mrs. Rambali, Dr. Devkinand Sharma, President of the NCIC, other distinguished pundits and guests, MP for Kuva South, Mr. Rude Nursing, representatives of the Indian High Commission. Dr. Parasram is a person of many, many shoes. But one, at this particular juncture, he has to wear only one shoe. I talk on behalf of the Secretariat of the Mahasabha. There's only one shoe. His role as Dharmacharya is now the third highest ranking religious leader in this country, after the Catholics and the Anglicans. He leads all Hindus, not just Sanatana Hindus. Over the years, we have had Dharmacharyas who have been quite timid. I use that word timid not in a disrespectful manner, but I use that as what we were as Hindus. Notice the word were as Hindus. We're no longer that. We're very proactive today. And we continue to be proactive. Dr. Parasram, I say doctor, I say Pandit, I say Dharmacharya. I will restrict myself to His Holiness, the Dharmacharya. I wish you a happy birthday on behalf of my family, my father, Mr. Satmaraj, my wife, and my children. This is a personal. No longer are we an exclusive group. Many, many years ago, Dr. Parasram took the initiative, together with Dr. Devkinand Sharma, and invited all Hindu groups, Swaha, Chinmaya, everyone, all Muslims groups, TML, Ajja, etc., the Presbyterians and others, and we formed a group called the Indian Diaspora Council. Dr. Sharma mentioned a few words about the Indian Diaspora Council. The Indian Diaspora Council was a uniting group of all Indians in Trinidad and Tobago. Not just Hindus, it was Muslims, it was Presbyterian, and it continues to flourish today. Now, as I said, he has to wear one shoe. So obviously, Your Holiness, we are looking at Dr. Devkinand Sharma as going to the helm of this group, together with Dr. Mr. Yakubalu, Iman Yakumari. And what it does, it is a group that brings everyone together and we speak with one voice. The East Indians in this country, the diaspora. The diaspora is very important for our survival, because politics is running rampant and destroying us. I am not my father, I am not my father's speaker. I speak as an individual. But this is what it's doing. And in unity, we stand very strong. Next year, as Dr. Sharma mentioned, we'll be having a conference to celebrate our liberation to run free onto the plains of Caroni and other parts of Trinidad and Tobago. And we should be thankful of that. Coming back to His Holiness and his birthday, he's seen 74 Diwalis, he's seen 74 New Years. And the thing that he has to take into consideration is that a Dharmacharya is not an elected member of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha or the community. When elected, his goodbye to us will be on the banks of the river. I hesitate to let Our Holiness take that into consideration. You don't ever get voted in and you don't ever get voted out. You're there until eternity. That is how the Mahasabha operates. All our posts, Secretary General, President General, all posts, President of the Pandit Parashad, Secretary of the Pandit Parashad, are what we call elected posts. Once you are the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, you retain that post for lifetime. With these few words, Your Holiness, you will forever have our support of the Secretariat. I'm sure the President General of the Mahasabha has a few additional words to put, so I will call my small address to an end, and I thank you all very much.
Thank you, Mr. Maharaj. I think he deserves another round of applause. I'd like to apologize to Mr. Rambali. I did call you by your son's name, and I do apologize. And thank you, Mr. Maharaj, for showing me how it's done. I'd like to recognize in the audience His Excellency, Acting High Commissioner for India, Shri Raj Kamal, or Mr. Anirudh Das, Shri Anirudh Das. Thank you for joining us, and other members of the High Commission who are here. Moving on, and actually adding to what Mr. Maharaj was talking about, we're going to have a recital of selected verses from the Sri Ramcharitmanas of these lovely ladies and Pandits who attend the Pandit Parasram School of Hinduism. Something that started as a seed and a vision, and something that Dr. Parasram, together with the SDMS, has grown into something that can be a bright future for the Indian diaspora. So on stage, we have Ms. Devi Sunny, we have Mr. Suja Rampersad, we have Pandit Sanjeev, Pandit Shiva Janak, Pandit Shiva Radhe, Lakshmi Maharaj, Mrs. Sheetal Maharaj Parasram, and Mrs. Patricia Emrit Maharaj. Please do enjoy.
Sri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Sri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Kundendi Varasundaravatī Balau Vijnana Dhamma Vubhau Shobhajau Varadanvinau Srutinutau Govipravinda Priyau Maya Manusharupinau Raghuvarau Saddharma Varmau Hitau Sitan Veshatanatparau Patigatau Bhakti Pradhautau Hina Brahma Bhuri Samudbhavam Kalimala Pradvamsanam Chabhyayam Srimad-Shambhumukendra Sundaravare Samshobhitam Sarvada Samsaramaya Bheshajam Sukakaram Sri Janaki Jivanam Dhanyaste Kritinah Pibhanti Satatam Sri Ramanamamritam Hariyo.
मुक्ति जन्म महि जानी ज्ञान कानि अगहानि कर जह बस शंभु भवानी सो काशी से आकसना चरत सकल सुर वृंद विषम गरल जेहि पार किया तेहि न भजसी मन मंद ओ कृपाल शंकर सरसा सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम जगतारण तारण भवहि मंजन धरनी वार की तुम अखिल भुवनवती लीन मनुज अवतार सिया पति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम रामाजदपि नाथ बहु अवगुण मोरे सेवक प्रभु ही परय जनि नाथ जीव तव माया मोहा सोन सतरहि तुम्हारे ही चोहा राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम रामातापर में रघुवीर दुहाई जाने नहीं कछु भजन उपाई सेवक सुत बिटु मातु भरोसे रहिया सोच बनय प्रभु पोसे राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम सिया राम जय जय राम राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम अस कही परे उचरण कुलाई निज तनु प्रगति प्रीति उरचाई तब रघुपति उठाई उरलावा निज लोचन जल सींचि जुरावा राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम सुनो कपि जिया मानसी जनि ऊना तै मम प्रिय लक्ष्मण ते दूना समदर्शी मोहि कह सब को सेवक प्रिय अनन्य गति सो राम राजा राम राजा राम राजा राम 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 सुनयन गोचर जासु गुण नित नीति कही श्रुति गावही तनय मम समभिनय बल कल्याण प्रद प्रभु लीजिए गरीबाह सुर नर नाह आपन दास अंगद कीजिए राम चरण वृद प्रीति करी मालिकीन तनु जावर सुमद माल जिमि कंठ ते निरत न जानई नाग सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय उमापति महादेव जी की जय पवन सुत हनुमान जी की जय उड़ैसा जगन्नाथ जी की जय अयोध्या राम लला जी की जय शरणम सियापति रामचंद्र की जय श्री गुरु महाराज की जय
We have some of the ladies in that group who doesn't even know how to read Hindi. They started off not knowing Hindi but singing Ramayana. So they really, really deserve a huge round of applause. And if anyone is interested, speak to Mr. Sodra. And I think as Guruji, if I may call you Guruji, he would be very proud of his students. Moving along, I'd like to welcome to the podium now, and let me make sure and get this one correct, Mr. Krishna Rambali, President General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, to bring us greetings.
Sitaram, everyone. His Holiness Pandit Dr. Rampersad Parasram, Pandit Baldev Maharaj, if I could get it, Pandit Kapil Maharaj, Pandit Dr. Devkinanand Sharma, Pandit Ram Parasram, and I hope I do not miss Pandit Ganesh Dat, Pandit Bharat, and I am sure there are others, to all the other Pandits, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, First Assistant Secretary Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Mr. Vijay Maharaj and Mrs. Maharaj. Today is really a special day, and I want to look at it a little differently than some of you would like to look at it. His elevation to the Dharmachar of Trinidad and Tobago, I want to see it as a glorious benefit to Macbean and members of his temple. Somebody last night at the function said, the rising tide lifts every boat. And if Dr. Parasram, our Dharmachar, has been lifted, certainly Macbean has been lifted. There is no doubt about that. You know, when you talk about Desh and Gao, and it goes back to our ancestors, our karma, and all our activities. And this village would have had to have great karmas for the Dharmachar to come out of this place. So you, the people of Macbean, I think you can hold your heads high. And that's not all. You will have to support him in his life. And we should hear nothing ill coming from Macbean, and in particular, Lower Macbean Hindu Mandir. Well, Dr. Parasram would have achieved in the academics some of his work, his social work. I know for a very short time I associated with him in some social work. Your Holiness, what was the name of that organization? Project Life. And that was charitable work that he did throughout the country of Trinidad and Tobago. Maybe we will not get to Tobago, but certainly a lot of work was done in Trinidad. And this tells quite a lot about the person who has been promoted or selected as the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago. We can look forward to his guidance. He has been trained thoroughly in that area. As a counselor, he is second to none. So that when the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha selected him a while back, it was really joy coming from all quarters. The feedback that was given said, hello, you all are the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha has made a wise choice, you have made the best choice. So Panditji, it is my pleasure on behalf of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha to congratulate you on having achieved your 75th birthday. Bhagwan's blessing, I could tell you I have passed you, you know. Bhagwan's blessing, and may you continue to be the shining light that we are, and we look forward to your guidance and your counsel in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rambali. I think from all the speakers that have spoken about Dr. Parasram so far, shows that he has a way with networking and forming bonds. I mean, I'm only 27 and I've spent that time of my life with him, and I can't imagine how many people he would have met before me. Going ahead with that tone, Dr. Parasram has always been a friend to the High Commission. They've forged a bond and they've done a lot of good work with the community. And with further ado, I'd like to invite Shirdaj Kamal, the Acting High Commissioner for India, to join us and give us some words.
Thank you. Dharmacharya, His Holiness Pandit Rampersad Parasram, Member of Parliament, Honorable Madam Ramona Ramdayal, President of the National Council for Indian Culture, Dr. Devkinandan Sharma, Shri Vijay Maharaj from the SDMS, all other distinguished ladies and gentlemen present here, Namaskar, Sitaram, and a very good evening to you all. They say the more you praise and celebrate life, the more there is in life to celebrate. Today it is my privilege to be present here in celebration of life and accomplishments of a close friend and a long-standing partner of the High Commission of India. Pandit Dr. Rampersad Parasram, the new Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, appointed by the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, continues to be an apostle of spiritual upliftment, cultural propagation, and strengthening the diaspora linkages. Panditji, a great scholar, pursued his first degree on the Indian Council for Cultural Relations Scholarship in India, and has since then been a close associate in the promotion and preservation of Indian culture, values, morals, and ethos in this beautiful rainbow country, Trinidad and Tobago. He has led a life full of accolades as he served as the Chief Medical Officer, former Chairman, Chief Medical Officer of Trinidad and Tobago, former Chairman of the North-West Regional Health Authority, former Director of the Eastern Regional Health Authority, first Chairman of the United National Congress, Chairman of the Indian Diaspora Council, and founder of the Pandit Parasram School of Hinduism in Makbeen Kuwa. The list of his achievements continues. Panditji continues to play a pivotal role in harnessing and shaping attitudes and behaviors through his positive outlook and spiritual gift. Last year, Government of India awarded him with World Hindi Samman for his contribution towards promotion and propagation of Hindi language in Trinidad and Tobago and the region at the World Hindi Conference in Mauritius. As we celebrate, As we celebrate his 75th birthday in this pious Lower Makbeen Shiv Divdas Jyotirling Mandir, a place very familiar to me as I have been fortunate to hear Panditji's discourses and sermons on many occasions earlier, I would like to extend 30th birthday wishes to him and his near and dear ones. May you continue to ascend to greater heights in your journey and remain the pillar of strength and knowledge within your home, community, and society. As you have just embarked on this new chapter as the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, I would extend my congratulations once again and wish you all the very best in your endeavors in this new role. Pandit ji, Janamdin ki hardik shubhkamnaएं. Very, very happy birthday. Wishing you Almighty God's choicest blessings. Best wishes. Thank you.
Thank you, Shri Rajkamal ji. And I tell you, being up here, it's a learning experience because I haven't even begun to explain or list the amount of things that Dr. Parasram has done in his lifetime. I sat with him and we were going through his CV, and he has papers that were typed in a typewriter. So, I mean, I was in awe. We move to a fun part of the afternoon, but before I do that, I'd like to recognize the head of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, and his tutors, and the MP for Kuvan North, Mr. Ramona Ramdial. It's very nice to have you, and pundits who would have arrived later than usual. We do welcome you warmly. Moving on to the fun part of the afternoon, we have a dance item. This dance item will be done by Ms. Reshma Sitahal. She's a young attorney at law in the day and a dancer of Indian classical music at night. She is performing for us the Madhurashtakam. And before I get into what Madhurashtakam is, Ms. Sitahal dances with the Kathak Kala Sangam under the artistic directorship of Dr. Satnarayan Balkaran Singh. The music she's dancing to was compiled by Shri Birju Maharaj, and for those who love music, it's going to be a sight. So without further ado, would you give Ms. Sitahal a round of applause?
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
Did you guys see the story? So if you saw the story, we should give Masita Hall another round of applause. Moving along quite quickly, actually, for tonight, I'd like to introduce Ms. Ramona Ramdial, the MP for Couva North. We'd like to have you bring a few words of greetings for us.
Sitaram devotees, specially invited guests, my parliamentary colleague, MP Rujanath Dar Singh, the President General of the Mahasabha, Mr. Krishna Ramali, our former parliamentary colleague, former Parliament, Member of Parliament for Faizabad, Mr. Chandresh Sharma, Mr. Jyotirling Sharma, President of NCIC, and I saw that congratulations for being lauded yesterday at the Mahasabha function for Indian Arrival Day. Representatives from the Indian High Commission, Mr. Vijay Maraj also, welcome. Mr. Parasram, also welcome to everyone. Sitaram again, devotees, it is a pleasure to be here, and our very own Pandit Parasram, let me take this opportunity to wish you a blessed 75 years. Let's give him a warm round of applause, please. Panditji, I just want to say also, Panditji, that I feel very blessed to have been introduced to you personally in 2010 when I entered here as a young lady fighting for the seat for the general elections. And I must say that your guidance and your mentorship over the years has helped me greatly, and I want to thank you for that. And I hope that you live on for as long as is possible so that you can continue to give me mentorship and guidance. Congratulations are also in order for being selected by the Mahasabha to be our Dharmacharya. Again, congratulations, and a warm round of applause for Panditji again. And tonight, I must say that the temple is packed. I know when I was coming in, there were chairs that they were bringing out to the back there to welcome guests. And Panditji, this says something about your leadership here within the community and by large, nationally in Trinidad and Tobago. You are a pioneer on many different fronts. Former speakers have mentioned. And for me, I just want to continue to urge you to do your good work, to lend your spiritual guidance to all of us. And I know that the country has been better for your contributions here, Panditji, in Couva and by extension, Trinidad and Tobago. So again, happy birthday, and to all your devotees, I say thank you very much for supporting Panditji over the years. Sitaram.
Thank you, Ms. Ramdial. I'd now like to invite the Member of Parliament for Couva South, Mr. Rujanath Dar Singh. I hope he doesn't mind that I did ladies first, but I'd like to welcome you to the podium.
His Excellency, Sri Raj Kamal, Acting High Commissioner of India to the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and other members of the Indian High Commission who are here present this evening, President General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Pandit Krishna Ramali and his Dharmapatni, First Assistant General Secretary of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, Sri Vijay Maharaj and his Dharmapatni, and of course, Pandit Jyotirling Sharma, President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Pandit Gajendra Kumar, Spiritual Head of the Divdas Temple, Pandits of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha, devotees who are here tonight, especially of this temple and the Parasram family, Sitaram, and indeed it is a pleasure for me to be here. It is a pleasure for me to be here because between 1845 to 1917, approximately 147,000 indentured laborers crossed the Kalapani and made their way to Trinidad and Tobago. And we are in the month of May 2019, and on the 30th of May, we will celebrate 174 years of the arrival of East Indians to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago. And in that regard, my dear devotees, out of that approximately 148,000 that came to the shores of Trinidad and Tobago was the late father of our Dharmacharya in Pandit Parasram and his Mataji, who made their way to the Trinidad and Tobago. And out of that union, we today honor, we today celebrate the elevation of the spiritual head of this Mandir to the very distinguished and holy position of the Dharmacharya of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and the spiritual leader of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And Panditji will recollect very clearly that as a child or as a student of Hillview College in Tunapuna, I journeyed by way of taxi to meet the then leader of the opposition and former Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Basdev Pandey, to have an audience with him. And in having that audience, Mr. Pandey said to me that you must meet Dr. Rampersad Parasram. And that journey and interaction with him started when I was at Form 3 in college. Not to know that when I returned to Cuba to work at the All Trinidad Sugar and General Workers Trade Union in 1992, that would signal a bond and a deepening of the relationship that started when I was a student. And we developed that relationship over the years. And today I pay my tribute and salute to an outstanding son of an indentured couple who have made their mark in this country. Not only from the point of view of Cuba, and not only from the point of view of this temple, but one who has served Trinidad and Tobago with distinction. And when I say with distinction, in the field of religion, in the field of politics, in the field of medicine and health, and in the field of culture. That is the man that we honor tonight as the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago. A man, for me, as my parliamentary colleague has said, Ramona Ramdial, and I'm sure my former parliamentary colleague who has served this country also with distinction, the Honorable Chandra Sharma, would recollect his mentorship qualities and his advice that he would have given to all of us with the passage of time. And I say, without hesitation or contradiction, a politician in his own right, because as I said, and I will continue to say, if you know our Dharmacharya, you will know that when he gets served, my office manager is here, Reshma Maharaj. She can bear testimony to this, and the late Kelvin Ramnath, Mulchan Mahangu, who is here, Sivdat Samundar, and we could go on and on tonight. When he gets served with the right brew of a cup of coffee, the discussion from a political, religious, intellectual point of view could go into the wee hours of the morning to 2, 3. And sometimes if you don't tell him, well, Panditji, we have to go home and so on, the discussion will continue. This is his passion in relation to service, and someone who has given of his time without hesitation in serving all of humanity. And I am sure that tonight too, his former friend or his late friend, the late Kelvin Ramnath, would be a very proud man of his elevation to this very holy and distinguished position. Because where I stand today in the political arena is as a result of the many cups of coffee that I would have had at the Couva South constituency office as a student in my early days. And that also continued, as I said, in my trade union days. And it gave me the grounding for where I am standing today in service on behalf of people, on behalf of the United National Congress. A man who has enjoyed the counsel and wisdom and value of not only one former Prime Minister, but another former Prime Minister in the person of the Honorable Kamala Persad, who also continues to serve our country as the leader of the opposition. And if it is something that if you are embraced by two prime ministers of a country, it says something to you about your worth and your value in relation to service to mankind. And my dear brothers and sisters, devotees, that too would have caught the eyes of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And that is why today he enjoys this very distinguished and elevated position. And all I could pray is that Bhagwan will continue to bless him, Lord Krishna, Hanumanji, with that necessary strength and fervor and passion that he has displayed, because in all, I could say he has been a political activist and a social activist extraordinaire in his service to the constituents of Couva South, and also in service to myself, my Dharampatni, my children, my late father, my mother, and I could go on and on tonight. And if it is something too, we share as a common bond, we share with a sense of deep fervor and love, our love for East Indian classical singing, something that he enjoys religiously. So, Panditji, I salute you here tonight. I could stand and I could go on and on, but I will come to an end at this juncture, saying to you, Shubh Janam Din, and may you continue to be blessed with that sense of consciousness, that sense of purpose, as you continue in this chapter and journey of your life to ensure that not only Sanatan Dharma continues to stand tall in Trinidad and Tobago, but Hindus and humanity continues to stand tall in Trinidad and Tobago and ensure that we occupy our rightful place in this diverse and plural society that we call Trinidad and Tobago. Sidaram, and I take the opportunity on behalf of my dear constituents who you are bonded with to honor you with this plaque of appreciation on your very esteemed elevation, and to tell you, Shubh Janam Din, we are proud of you and we love you. Sidaram, and thank you very much.
Thank you, MP Inder Singh. One thing I have to add about that coffee, though, it only goes into the morning if the coffee or tea is good. Trust me. I will now hand over to Guruji as he will be introducing the next item for us. Please do enjoy.
Bolo Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Kavita ji, dhanyavad. Thank you very much, Kavita ji. सज्जनों, हाथ जोड़कर भगवान के ध्यान करना. Please clasp your hands and bow your heads. And meditate upon Bhagavan. Hari Om Sri Ganeshaya Namah Sri Saraswatyai Namah Sri Guru Charan Kamalebhya Namah Hari Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Maruta Stunavanta Divyasthavai Vedai Sangha Padakramo Panishadair Gayanti Yam Samaga Dhyanavastita Tadagateina Manasam Pasyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidu Sura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Namah Hari Om. Thank you very much. Sajjano, much has been said, and I will speak to you formally towards the end of this program, which is not very long from now. I have heard the messages brought by the President General of the Sanatana Dharma Mahasabha and the first Assistant Secretary General of the Mahasabha, by the President of the National Council of Indian Culture, Vice President of the Indian Diaspora Council, and perhaps the next President of the Indian Diaspora Council. I have heard greetings from members of Parliament and from His Excellency Shri Rajkamal ji. Bahut bahut dhanyavad ji. I recognize, of course, my very good friend Shri Anirudh Das, Shri Ashok Jajoria ji, the head of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, Om Prakash ji, the yoga teacher, and there are two other tutors who are here with us tonight. Some of you have already met them and heard them on stage. Some of you have not met them. I want you to recognize the presence and warmly welcome Shri Paritosh Sinha, the vocal tutor of the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation, and Shri Arshad Khan, who is from Delhi, who is the tabla teacher at the Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation. And joining them on stage, of course, with the kind courtesy of my colleague, Shri Gajendra Kumarji, who's head of the Lakshmi Narayan Mandir, we have Shri Pritam Singh on the octopad, and we have Shri Chandan Singh, who will play the keyboard. Sajjano, it is my great pleasure to ask this very excellent artist, Shri Paritosh Sinha, to now sing us a couple of bhajans while we focus our minds on Bhagavan Shri Hari and seek his blessings in grace.
Thank you, Panditji. Good evening, all of you. Sitaram. Namaskar. I start before you. I wish to happy birthday, Panditji. Lambi umr ho aapki. Aur. So, my first bhajan is like Meera bhajan. Even most popular bhajan is Aisi Lagi Lagan.
बेकार मुख है जो रहे व्यर्थ बातों हीरे मोती हीरे मोती से नहीं शोभा है हाथ, है हाथ जो भगवान का पूजन किया कर, मर कर भी अमर नाम है उस जीव का जग में, मर कर भी अमर नाम है उस जीव का जग में। प्रभु प्रेम में बलिदान जो जीवन किया करे। ऐसी लागी लगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, लागी लागी रे लगन, लागी लागी रे लगन। ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन। वो तो गली गली हरी गुण गाने लगी, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन। वो तो गली गली हरी गुण गाने लगी, महलों में पली बनके जोगन चली, महलों में पली बनके जोगन चली। मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाने लगी, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन। कोई रोके नहीं, कोई टोके नहीं, मीरा गोविंद गोपाल गाने लगी। कोई रोके नहीं, कोई टोके नहीं, मीरा गोविंद गोपाल गाने लगी। बैठी संतों के संग रंगे मोहन के रंग, मीरा प्रेमी प्रीतम को मनाने लगी। वो तो गली 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 हरी गुण गाने लगी, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन, ऐसी लागी लगन, मेरा हो गई मगन। सानी दानी दा बदा बगा बगरी गरे सरे नी सरा नी सा। गरे मम ग पप म द द प नि नि द स नि द प रा ना ने विष दिया मानो अमृत पिया मीरा सागर ने सरिता समाने लगी दुख लाखों सहे मुख से गोविंद कहे मीरा गोविंद गोपाल गाने लगी वो तो गली गली हरि गुण गाने लगी ऐसी नारी मीरा होगी मगन ऐसी नारी मीरा होगी मगन वो तो गली गली हरि गुण गाने लगी ऐसी नारी मीरा होगी मगन ऐसी नारी मीरा होगी मगन वो तो गली 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 हरि गुण गाने लगी महलों में पली वन की जोगन चली महलों में पली वन की जोगन चली 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 बन के 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 जोगन चली महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली महलों में पली बन के जोगन चली मीरा रानी दीवानी कहाँ रहने लगी ऐसी लागी लगी मीरा होगी मगन ऐसी लागी लगी मीरा होगी मगन ऐसी लागी लगी मीरा होगी शिव समान कोई दाता नहीं विपत बिदारण हे रजिया मोरी रखियो भोलेनाथ रजिया हे लजिया मोरे रखियो शिव नंदी के असवार कैलाश के निवासी कैलाश के निवासी नमो बार बार हूँ आयो शरण तिहारे आयो शरण तिहारे तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवासी नमो बार बार आयो शरण तिहारी आयो शरण तिहारी तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवासी कैलाश के निवासी जिन्हें जो चाहा वरदान दे दिया, मांगा जिन्हें जो चाहा वरदान दे दिया। बड़ा है तेरा दारा, हे बड़ा है तेरा दाईजा, बड़ा दाता रे तू, कैलाश के निवास नमवारे बार हूँ। आयो शरण बिहारी, आयो शरण बिहारी, तारे तारे तू, कैलाश के निवासी। बखान क्या करूं मैं तेरी राखों के ढेर का, हे बखान बखान क्या करूं मैं, बखान क्या करूं मैं, बखान क्या करूं मैं। समा मा पा मा प द नी द प म प म स रे। बखान क्या करूं मैं, बखान क्या करूं, तुझे याद करते यार, ओ तुझे याद करते यार, आयात की करार, तुझे याद की करार, इबादत की करार। ओ बखान, ओ बखान, बखान क्या करूं मैं तेरी राखों के ढेर का, जब की भभूत में है खजाना कुबेर का, चपटी भभूत में है खजाना कुबेर का। हे गंगाधर बोलिए सोमनाथ महादेव गंगाधार हे गंगाधार हे गंगाधार मुक्ति द्वार हे गंगाधार मुक्ति द्वार ओमकार तू कैलाश के निवास बार बार आयो शरण तिहारी आयो शरण तिहारी तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवास नमो बार बार आयो शरण तिहारी आयो शरण तिहारी तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवासी हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम हरि ओम ये धरती जहाँ ऋषि मुनि जपते प्रभु नाम की माला जहाँ हर बार एक मोहन है एक मोहन 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 जहाँ हर बार एक मोहन है और राधा हर की माला और राधा एक की माला जहाँ सूरज सबसे पहले आकर डाले अपना पहरा वो भारत देश है मेरा 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 वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम वंदे मातरम तेरी कृपा बिना ना हिले एक भी अणु तेरी 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 कृपा बिना ना हिले एक भी अणु लेते हैं श्वास तेरी दया से तनु तनु लेते हैं श्वास तेरी दया से तनु तनु कह दाद एक बार कह दाद एक बार कह दाद एक बार मुझको निहारे तू कैलाश के निवासी नमो बारे बारू आयो शरण तिहारी आयो शरण तिहारी तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवासी नमो बारे बारू आयो शरण तिहारी आयो शरण तिहारी तारे तारे तू कैलाश के निवासी ओ
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद थैंक यू सो मच अरशाद जी परितोष जी प्रीतम जी चंदन जी The family has appointed Dr. Sanjeev Parasram, my nephew, to speak on behalf of the family.
Ram Ram Sitaram, everybody. So I have a little bit of a difficult task tonight because most of the distinguished speakers before me would have touched on a lot of what I wanted to speak about. But I will still try my best. In fact, they would have given details that I myself may not have been aware, because I am still, I guess, in the younger generation. In the interest of time, please allow me to just say all protocols observed. Firstly, I want to congratulate Uncle Rampa. It's on his, well, it's 75, but it's almost 75. It's 74 and 364. I won't begrudge you the one day, so happy 75th anniversary on behalf of the family. It's difficult for me to get used to calling you the Holiness Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago, but I will try to get used to it. I don't think I'm ready to let go of the name Rampa as yet. Mr. Maharaj from the Mahasabha mentioned that this title is not an everyday title. This is not something that changes from year to year or every 5 years or so. This is something that was unanimous. This is something that was unequivocal recognition of what they consider to be the highest level of achievement in the field of religious knowledge and the scholarly pursuit of knowledge. And for our family, growing up in a family where religion was always central, to me it's one of the, if not, it's the highest honor that I think could be given to someone. I mean, Rampa has had so much success at the highest levels in all different fields, but to have that level of recognition in religion means a lot to me and it means a lot to the family. So I'll give a little, maybe brief summary of what I could remember of Rampa's life. Bear in mind, I wasn't there for the first half of it. So, other speakers mentioned he wore many roles, many hats. So the first role that he would have had, obviously, is the roles of a son or a brother. So he's the son of indentured laborers, Pandit Parasram Maharaj and Suraswati Parasram Maharaj. And to have someone from such humble beginnings reach to this level is very meaningful and very important to us. Pandit Parasram Maharaj, who we know as Baba, and his wife, who I know as Mama, they were not just parents to the 8 children, they were parents to the entire community. And Rampa and all his brothers and sisters would have grown up in that. You are bigger than, the community is important. It's not just about you. You know, sometimes today in society we are taken in by materialism and all these things and iPads and technology, but long ago those things weren't there. You are part of something bigger, and he grew up in that. He has 4 younger siblings, Auntie Jasodra, who I know as Auntie Dudu, Jai Prasad, Uncle Jai, Lakshmi Prasad, many of you know him as LP, or Pabi, Uncle Hari Prasad, and then he has 3 older siblings, Auntie Sahodra, who most of you all know as Bait, my father, Pandit Rampersad Parasram, most of you know him as the Pandit who cut in grass with the old Mazda for his cows, and the eldest member of the family, well, he isn't here. He had to take up another post. About 20 years ago, he took up another post elsewhere, Pandit Dr. Samson Parasram, who was someone of singular excellence as well. And Rampa always credits Samu Mamu, as my uncle Pope mentioned before, for getting him into Panditai. Even though Rampa didn't choose it, he didn't choose the timing, I suspect it was very carefully orchestrated by my uncle to get him into Panditai. And even though Rampa didn't plan to get in at that time, he didn't shirk that responsibility, he kept going. So after being a son and a brother, he became a student, secular education, but also, as mentioned before, his guru was none other than Pandit Janki Prasad Sharma, who was the Dharmacharya, if I remember correctly, during the hoisting of our national flag. And that, to me, is not a coincidence, not a random coincidence. That's something that's very important. That his guru was Dharmacharya, now he's Dharmacharya, to me is very important and very meaningful. He went on to excel at the secular level in Presentation College San Fernando. He did his MBBS in India and his postgrad in the UK. excelling all the time. He came back here and then he had another hat to wear, the hat of a doctor. And the list of achievements would go on, and many have listed it. He was a consultant psychiatrist. He never worked in the private sector. He didn't see the need to supplement, or he wanted to give his all to the people of the public, which is in keeping with the service that he grew up with and that drive to serve the people. So private practice he never went into. He devoted his life to the public. He was a consultant psychiatrist, the head of the St. Anne's Hospital. When he retired, he was the chief medical officer. And he's the first person of East Indian descent to be the chief medical officer, which is the highest medical post you could get in this country. And that, to me, was something, as a doctor myself, was really, really momentous. And even though he retired, it doesn't matter which political director is in power, he is still on many committees and boards because they know how indispensable he is to the healthcare of Trinidad and Tobago. So he still has to serve, even though he doesn't actively practice. He serves a lot in many medical aspects. We had a speaker speak a lot about his social, cultural, and political contributions, so I won't go into that. I'm not sure if anyone mentioned that the social work didn't start later on. It actually started when he was a teenager. He founded a social group, can't remember the name, it was the Kuva Hindu Youth Group, when he was maybe about 14 or 15. So the social work would have started a very, very long time ago. And he wore all these hats at the same time. He didn't throw one away to put on another one. He put them all on. And when Uncle Sam orchestrated him to become a pundit, he put on that puggree as well. And he dedicated his excellence in the field of medicine to that same level when he took up being a pundit. For my grandfather, punditai was not simple. Punditai was supposed to be very, very sacred. So my grandfather always would ask, when people would speak about certain things, he would ask, where was that written? And that evidence, which is integral to the practice of any profession, Rampa has kept that going. He always looks for the evidence. He looks for the scripture. And then he has passed that on to the younger ones as well. So, I don't have much more to say. Just we are very honored in the family to have you with us and to have you achieve so much for us to emulate. And we hope you reach the century. We expect you to actually, to crack the century. And God's blessings to you, and may the ancestors' blessings be forever with you. And Sitaram.
Thank you very much, Sanjeev. Sajjano, much has been said. It's time for me to respond. And before I respond, I would want to ask you all to join me in a very simple bhajan and chant, because it is not by the hand of man that things happen. It is by the hand of God that things happen. I have had a very rewarding life, and many have spoken about it. And many people have asked me, how was it possible for me to combine medicine with panditai, with politics, with social work, with cultural activism? My response has always been, because all these things are intended for the uplift of humankind. The common goal is that, the uplift of humankind. And each of us, who are children of Mother Nature and children of God, we have a sacred responsibility to do whatever we can to uplift our brothers and sisters, our communities, our societies, and indeed the entire world. And that is why I have often said to people that my philosophy has been, and I can't say it will continue to be, because life is about learning. So you never know what I may believe tomorrow. But the fact is, I do wish to echo tonight what the Prime Minister of India said at the United Nations in 2013, and which comes from the Maha Upanishad, Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, that the world is family. We are all family. Ayam bandhurayam neti gananam laguchetasam udara charitanam tu vasudhaiva kutumbakam. That's the shloka is taken. I won't make a speech. I have just a few comments. Chandresh has not spoken, but Chan, I know that your heart is full of joy at this moment, because Chandresh has often said to me that he wants to see me in a larger role. Before I lead you in that bhajan, I want to again, as I did last night in Port of Spain at the Radisson Crown, when the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha was honoring my Guru Bhai, Pandit Dr. Devkinandan Sharma, I want perhaps I just won't say what I wanted to say. It is such a privilege, though, and it's such an honor. I was going to get a little emotional, Vijay. So I thought I'd pull back on that one. And again, thank the President General and the Assistant Secretary General of the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha. And please convey to your father, the very distinguished Mr. Satnarayan Maharaj, Secretary General of the Mahasabha, my thanks and gratitude for appointing me Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha's Dharmacharya, the Dharmacharya of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you very much. I think that's enough. But it would not be proper for me on this occasion to forget to give thanks for many other people, or to many other people. My parents, you've heard about my parents. They gave me life and they nurtured me, my brothers and sisters. Significant others in the community who helped me develop and grow. My teachers in North India, my teachers in South India, my teachers in the United Kingdom, my teachers here in Trinidad and Tobago, from Miss Tron, who taught me at kindergarten, to the teachers of the various schools and high school in presentation when I attended. I want to thank all of them. And I want to thank everybody else that I have met in this life, everywhere, on every continent, as I have traveled the world. I have met such wonderful people, wonderful people. I have friends here from the High Commission, Mahatma Gandhi Institute for Cultural Cooperation. I've worked with successive High Commissioners. I have worked with prime ministers. I have known presidents. Life has been very full. But the man on the street who gave me love, I am very grateful to those people who gave me love and who supported me in various ventures. Thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. Mother, father, guru, teachers, friends, relatives, thank you so, so much. You would also notice something else, that tonight I asked the Assistant Secretary, Kavita ji, to host this evening's proceedings. Because I want to say one more thing to you. Though I intend to live till 100, somebody asked me, Sanjeev, yes, I intend, but Pandit Kumar hazarded a guess that I would live until 92. Whatever it be, and Vijayji has already told you that I will not be allowed to give up my present post until the banks of Karni invite me to come home there. So, all of that. Because I also want to echo something else, something that Mr. Maharaj says, and something that I, as Dharmacharya, would like to say. The future is not in my hands. Yes, God is in charge of all things, but as Vijay often reminds me at Indian Diaspora Council meetings, we must invest in youth. Because you, the young people, you are the future. In this regard, I want to thank the members of the youth group who sang here tonight, the members of the Ramayana class who sang here tonight. I want to thank Kavita ji for being Master of Ceremonies. Madam Councillor, is that correct usage of the English language? Yes. And I want to thank Reshma Sitahalji, who did the Kathak dance the Madhurashtakam, composed by Pandit Birju Maharaj and choreographed by her guru, Dr. Satyanarayan Balkanasri. We must invest in the future, and I think our community will grow from strength to strength that way. One more thing, Happy Indian Arrival Day. Happy Indian Arrival Day. And Sajjano, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari, Jai Radha
जय कुंज बिहारी
Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari,
जय माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
Jai Gopi Jan Vallabh, Jai Gopi Jan Vallabh, Jai Girivardhari, Jai Girivardhari, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari,
जय राधा माधव जय कुंज बिहारी
Jashodanandan Braj Jan Ranjan, Jashodanandan Braj Jan Ranjan, सब मिलके Jashodanandan Braj Jan Ranjan, 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 Jamuna Tir Banchari, Jamuna Tir Banchari, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari, Jai Radha Madhav, Jai Kunj Bihari, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
हरे राम 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 हरे
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
हरे राम 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 हरे
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hari Om. Sajjano. So since we're approaching 9 o'clock, I would like to also thank the people who organized this event. With a little help from this one and that one, from little push from here and there. the presidents and the members of the Shiv Divdas Jyotirling Lower Macbean Mandir, Franklin Jadubansi, Jasoda Rampersad, Kavita Jadubansi, the other members of the executive, Rudal, who are not on the executive, and Sumi and all the others who worked. I passed here after the Mandir service this morning. I checked how many people were in the kitchen helping out. There were 25 people at that time helping to prepare for this function. I want to thank you all very much. I want to thank you very much. I want to thank everybody else, and I want to thank TV Jagriti, Radio Jagriti for carrying this program. It is now time for us to do Aarti. Some of you have brought gifts, some of you would like to meet me. I will be here till midnight, outside at the back. And I will meet all of you, God willing, when we go to dinner immediately after this event. It is time for me to now ask you to stand, to ask members of the Mandir to prepare to do Aarti. Kavita ji and Reshma ji, would you also come?
Shantakaram bhujagashayanam padmanabham suresham vishwadharam gagansadrisham meghavarnam shubhandam lakshmikantam kamalanayanam yogi viridhyanugamyam vande vishnu bhavabhayaharam sarvalokaikanaatham jai jagadish hare swami jai jagadish hare bhakta janon ke sankat दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे भक्त जनों के संकट भक्त जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे ओम जय जगदीश हरे
जो ध्यावे फल पावे दुख बिनसे मन का स्वामी दुख बिनसे मन का सुख संपत्ति घर आवे सुख संपत्ति घर आवे कष्ट मिटे मन का
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण गहो किसकी
स्वामी शरण गहो जिसकी
तुम बिन और न दूजा
तुम बिन और न दूजा
आश करूं मैं जिसकी
ओम जय जगदीश हरे
तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी
स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी
पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी
ओम जय जगदीश
तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी दीन दयालु कृपालु सबके प्राणपति स्वामी
सबके प्राणपति
किस विधि मिलो दया में
किस विधि मिलो दया में
तुमको मैं तुमकी
ओम जय जगदीश हरि
दीन बंधु दुख हरता तुम रक्षक मेरे
स्वामी तुम रक्षक मेरे
अपने हाथ उठाओ
अपने हाथ उठाओ
द्वार पड़ा तेरे
ओम जय जगदीश हरि
विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
संतन की सेवा
ओम जय जगदीश हरि
विषय विकार मिटाओ पाप हरो देवा
स्वामी पाप हरो देवा
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
श्रद्धा भक्ति बढ़ाओ
संतन की सेवा
ओम जय जगदीश हरि
जय जगदीश हरे
स्वामी जय जगदीश हरे
भक्त जनों के संकट दास जनों के संकट क्षण में दूर करे बोलो सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय बोलो राजा रामचंद्र की जय बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय बोलो मापति महादेव की जय बोलो पवन सुत हनुमान की जय बोलो आदि शक्ति दुर्गा माता की जय बोलो भाई सब संतान की जय सकल पंच गुरुजन के जय जय सीताराम।